Alright people, so we have come to the top of the mountain for today's Tuscan urban farm, and this is precisely what we are here for. We are using this flower, this plant, as our wild oregano. I'm not too sure that it is oregano. It should be, but then again, not too sure about it. Anyhow, we love using this plant as our oregano at home. So today we have come to pick some of it and possibly other plants as well. I'm seeing some very interesting possibilities here already. Looks like this time we made it on time, but this is not the place to be picking it because we're too close to the road. Oh yes, and look at those wonderful apples on this tree. This stone has a story. This stone has a story. But we will leave it to another time. Anyhow, we will be picking some of these wonderful apples as well. It's not only the apples, it's also the peach tree. However, of course, we will be checking on the peach tree planted by my brother back in the day. And here's more little wild peach. This is another wild peach tree. And checking up on the brambleberries. That would be blackberries actually here. So this seems like it's going to have quite a bit on it as well. Yes, it's not going to be perhaps the best options. I mean, it's not been raining very much, so it looks like a lot of drought is coming, but oh boy, look how much of my wild oregano is available here. So let's just get ready to dive right in and get over to where I normally pick it, and then we will work our way back. So this is the back road that I take because they have fenced off the house with a huge sign of no trespassing. Thing is this, the house has been bought and left pretty much to rot. I grew up here. This is what used to be my playground, my childhood dreams, and all the rest of it. So, you know, I've lived here for well over 20 years of my life. So you want to know how to get places? Follow the wild boar trails. This is the wild pigs trails. Having fenced everything off, they've been forcing the wild pigs to create paths for themselves. Let's talk about some tips for walking out in the wild. I mean, I have no longer lived in the countryside for so long that I've forgotten a lot of things. One major lesson I got some time back, shall we risk stumbling down here, or shall we keep on going around the other way? Let's keep on going around this way. Here's where else it leads. One thing I learned really hard way, also because so many illnesses, they've got to be man-made. There's no way that certain illnesses are not man-made. Take Lyme disease. We got stung and bitten and pulled out so many ticks as I was a child. We never once developed the Lyme disease rash or anything of the sort. And I mean, sometimes we would notice the tick well after it was big and fat. So, ooh, these blackberries and blueberries, they're called mirtillo, but they are very sappy and bitter. They don't taste too well. I must say there's not many of these going on right now. But anyhow, back to our discourse of Lyme disease. Then 2 years ago, I came up here and spent an afternoon. I was wearing pants, but I wasn't wearing... Was I wearing pants that day? No, actually, I think I was wearing a dress that day when I came up here. These ones are already black. Cool. But they're really itsy bitsy. Like, these are the ones that we used to pick and pretend that each little segment was a potent magical pill which gave us extra energy, so we would like eat just one little kernel at a time. But getting back to the ticks, like the next day, that's the window to one of the bedrooms. Interesting that it's open. It means someone has been inside the house recently. We'll go investigate that. It used to be closed. So anyhow, the next day, I was out with a long skirt, and suddenly I realize that there's this wild tick. I was saying these are already dry. They're still nice looking, so that's good. And my battery is already dying on me, so I guess I'm gonna have to make this snappy. And so anyhow, yeah, I got Lyme disease as an adult. Children back in the day, there was no Lyme disease. So that's why when you go out, you want to be wearing, these boots are almost all the way up to my knee, well, mid-calf at least, and inside I've got, I'm wearing practically 3 layers inside, and 2 layers in the boot, and 2 layers up top here. I'll get back to the 3 layers another time. So happy harvesting to me, and ciao for now.